Welcome, one and all, to Hippocrates Arcanum. I'm your host, Hippocrata, and this is Stellaris. Now, Stellaris is a game, up until recently, I really did not play much for maybe even several years. Yeah, the last time I really played before this week was before the 2.0 version of the game, so it's been quite some time. Now, I've been having some YouTube crash courses on how to play this game, how it works, the mechanics that the game has now, and I've also been playing through it on my own time off of recording and such, just trying to get a good hang of the game, good idea of what all the game is about these days. Still have very little idea what I'm doing, but I have been enjoying myself, and I figured why not share that with you lovely people out there. So I'm going to just start a new game. I'm going to just create a new empire. As you can see on the right here, I do have all of the DLC. Of course, you do not need all of the DLC or even any of them to enjoy the game, but they are nice to have. So of course we get to figure out the appearance of our lovely little empire. I am a bit partial to this one because there is a gold variant, and well, as you can probably see from the UI, I do like having a gold theme. However, I recently purchased a few more DLC, so I'm curious what else may be in here. Of course, we have the lovely butterfly people. I love how adorable those are. And then you come across them in game and they destroy you. And this is one of the new ones I purchased, the Lithoid pack. Definitely some interesting designs in this one. Oh, that's interesting. I really like that. I may do that one. Very interesting designs here. See what else we may have here. I think we're just getting the mods there, so I think let's go with this particular individual here. Name I'm not too concerned about. Everett, that sounds nice. Name lists. We could go with the themes here, but I'm not sure I want to. May want more of a mix. This is always one of the most fun parts for me, is just creating an empire. Especially with all these DLCs, you really get a lot of customization options. Not just from appearance, but how they function, how they'll play. It's really quite nice. That's definitely something I've noticed since playing this game again. After all the updates and such, they've really added a nice feature set, I'd say. Really honed the gameplay nicely, I'd say. I know the exclusion, removal of the other methods of travel, that was a huge point of contention for a lot of people, myself included. But since starting up again with 2.7, honestly, I actually like that change. You can get these choke points now on the galaxy map, and that opens a lot of strategic potential. And I definitely do enjoy a bit of strategy from time to time. course, you get certain empires, they may claim those choke points for themselves, and then you have to rethink everything. But that's part of the fun of the game, is that random element. I've rambled enough. We need to pick something and move on, don't we? Sure, Avian 1. Ship defects. Let's go with HFF. Progress Fine Fleet. And traits. Right, we come with this interesting little trait here. Forgot about that aspect. Now, some of these DLCs, I picked up a number of them actually. I haven't played with them yet. So this could be quite the experience. So it looks like we've got, interesting, they consume minerals instead of food. Growth speed is reduced. I do like the habitability, that's quite nice. And now I have to figure out the rest of their traits. Interesting. May not go with those. May do something a little more traditional, shall we say. Now, I do want to focus more on trade and diplomacy. Never really was a huge fan of the war aspect. It's fun seeing everything exploding in space and all that, but it just never really meshed with how I like to play. Diplomacy, though, that matches more with my general philosophy, I suppose. So we'll go thrifty. Trade value seems very important. Of course, we'll need to include some of the negatives as well. Now, one aspect I don't quite have a good understanding is Empire Sprawl. I know you get negatives if it goes beyond the cap, but I don't fully understand the ramifications. At least at this point. That's another one, governing ethics attraction. Don't fully understand that either. Probably do not want to go with repugnant. Most humanities, that does seem like quite negative. So I think let's go with unruly. We'll see what happens with that. Tempted to go as traditional for that unity. Perhaps we can go with charismatic. A few more amenities there. Sure, let's go deviant, and then let's see here. Considering they've got this litho trait, maybe a good idea to see if we can get industrious into here. Wait, let's put industrious on here. And then we can get some of these other ones here. Alright. Let's try deviance here. And then why not? Let's go with the traditional. Get a little bit more unity here. Sure. Homeworld. Ivari Prime. Interesting. I don't hate that. like that they have this randomized name feature. When it comes to names, I'm not particularly creative and it takes me forever to come up with anything halfway decent. I like how that flows. Praku Central, sure. Solar system start. Let's go with random. Now, if I remember right, dry worlds are great for energy, wet is great for food, and frozen is great for minerals. Considering our population will be feasting on minerals, a frozen world seems like a good idea. Let's just go with pure Arctic world. City appearance. I definitely do like the options I have here. Oh, they even have a lithoid specific one. That's nice. I actually like how that one looks a bit better. Of course, the lovely origins. I was considering Void Dwellers, playing more, I suppose what is called tall rather than wide. And that, from my understanding, would definitely help in ways in that area. But I'm not sure. Definitely a lot of options with this. Interesting. Yeah, lithoid specific. Definitely a lot of interesting options here. I know in one of my learning worlds I picked mechanists. Be able to have your regular population as well as robots seems very beneficial. Especially with our guys here, they're going to be reproducing slower than usual. So I think let's go with Mechanist. Now for our government and ethics. Another new one here with a Megacorp DLC. I'm not too interested in going that route. However, I'm definitely interested in democratic or oligarchic because of that edict cost reduction, and one tradition that unlocks an edict, map the stars. I do like that one early on. That has been really beneficial. So I think let's go with oligarchic. I'm not sure if it matters either or here. Let's go with Fanatic Xenophile. I think that'll be a good idea. Get more envoys, a bit more trade value. Now that looks interesting. Bit more monthly influence. Definitely seems like a good thing to me. Of course, there's materialists, which would help with the robots, as well as research speed. Let's go the egalitarian. Now civics. That was something I chose for one of my learning playthroughs. Got the map the stars edict down quite a bit. I was able to get that very early on. So I might choose that. I do cutthroat politics and diplomatic corps. Or is it corpse? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, to be honest. Unity as well as merchant jobs. That would definitely help getting more traditions and ascendancy perks. I think let's do that. Advisor voice.
As the learned say, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is also mine.
Rubble it in, why don't you?
Nothing is impossible to those who would try.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see the lower limit of... Oh, exponent 8. And carry the 1.
Only in battle can the true metal of any sentence.
You seem overworked. Have you considered joining a union?
Interesting.
The springs of cooperation flow most abundant. Those who need will receive.
The laws of science govern all. Alert possible organic life form detected.
Faith manages.
I may be an artificial intelligence, but I share your enthusiasm for seeking out fellow organic intelligences among the stars.
Dissent is forcefully discouraged.
Don't let the baseless accusations of wrongdoing fool you.
Attention on deck!
What is a single voice compared to a magnificent chorus?
The only way to make peace with others is to make peace with yourself.
These alien savages must be taught to kneel when in the presence of their betters.
Did you know that my internal power core has an effective blast yield of over 5 megatons of TNT in the event of a catastrophic overload?
The blind masses must be led down the path of reason.
Do not be afraid to exercise your individual right to free thought. Please take a moment now to practice.
No, it'll be fine. I'm telling you, just turn off the fail-safes and... Wait, is this thing on?
The laws of science.
Let's go with that. Empire name. Ah, gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, game. Alright. I wonder if I can do all three. If that would be a good idea. I've never tried that. At least if I have, it's been quite some time. Sure, why not? Sure, I like that. Infrared star console. Flags. Another area of Empire development that I sometimes take way too much time. I tend to like the more circular round designs for whatever reason. This could go with just that. I'm not too fond of that. That, however, is not bad. Interesting. I may just go with that. Interesting. Alright, sure. And of course, ship appearance. I did install this mod here. But considering this is a new DLC and I'm not all familiar with it, I have heard good things about the lithoid ships. We can just choose that. Interesting. Let's stick with the amber. Interesting indeed. I think that fits best. Some of these names really are quite something, I must say. That just sounds like an orc name from Skyrim or something. Which might work. I'm not sure. Considering lithoids. I don't really know much about their lore, if they even have lore, to be honest. So I don't know. Sure, let's go with that. That really is. I like those animations, those are really cool. Got that. I have to say, as far as empires I've made in the past week or so, this is probably the most cohesive as far as goals are concerned. Sounds good. Real quick before I do that. There we go. I don't care for any of the custom empires I make to show up. I think I'll lower that down to large. It was playing with a bigger one, that 1000 star system, but it felt a little too big. Like you didn't come across much of anything. Empires. Game suggesting 12. Also going to take off advanced AI starts. Fallen Empires. Let's go with 2. Marauders. DLC, I believe, is where that comes from. I think... Let's turn those off. I've been playing with this 0.25 modifier just to make things a little easier, a little quicker. So I'll keep that as is. Habitable worlds, civilizations, leave that as is. Crisis strength, leave that, put that to 1. And just put that, no, sure, why not? Put it at 2. Alright, I think that will do it. And let's begin. Now, of note, this will be a modded playthrough. Really haven't added anything that changes the gameplay itself. Just mainly cosmetics, of course, UI, as you can see. And 2 event mods. 1 for political events and 1, I think, for general gameplay events. So nothing too crazy, just making things a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And in the case of the UI mods, making the whole thing a little bit more readable. That's definitely something I struggle with, is being able to actually read what's on screen. And right now this UI combination is definitely much more legible than my past attempts at getting it to be readable. So we are in what seems to be a pretty normal looking system on the eastern side of the galaxy this time around. As for our home world, of course we've got some robots, some of our native species. Side ship, where do you need to go? It looks to me like you may be best sent over in this direction. Make another assigned ship here. Anything else you can do here? Great. We'll get some mining stations then. Research I'll get to in a moment. Policies I want to take a quick look at. Let's go switch that to mercantile. Let's see. I'm gonna go with militarized. I don't think we'll have to worry too much about consumer goods. Not at this point, at least, but I could, of course, be incorrect there. I think we'll definitely go with Marketplace of Ideas, get that extra bit of unity. A little less energy credits, but I think that's okay. That looks like it's good. Now for the all-important research. Actually, think I'll go with fusion power this time. That'll go with monthly unity. Engineering. Sure, faster build speed and less cost for that. I don't think there's anything else we need to worry about just yet here. Of course, I could be mistaken. Alright. And that just about wraps up our little introduction here, a little bit of setup. I hope you will join me in the next episode when we start playing this Empire. See what sort of trouble we can get into. See if any of the other empires are at all keen on working with us. But that will be for next episode. For now, thank you for joining me as I play through Stellaris. I do hope you have a great day. Take care.